So let's talk about it. So Smoking Joe Fraizer finally gets his own statue, and it's going to be at this museum in Philadelphia. In fact, they're swapping where Rocky Balboa's statue is, the one that's outside on the first level. Now we know Rocky has three altogether, but from the news clip, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to be the one that's on the lower level. Okay, anyway, people that go by to see the statue will see it when they see it. So they are swapping those out, and the one that's outside of Rocky is going inside. Now, I will say this, for me, when you're gone, you're gone. Okay, so like I was saying, they will see it when they go there. You know, people can go to the museum, they can go see these things, but, you know, when you're dead, you're dead. You're gone, you don't even know that this is happening. Your family members that's still here. And always remember this, you have family members that don't know certain people in the family. If they care enough, maybe somebody will be going, oh, that's my great-great-uncle, or, you understand what I'm saying? That's my great-great-great-grandfather, or that's, who knows? It would be nice, though, if people took money from these exhibitions and things that they have, these exhibits rather, and all that type of stuff, and say, hey, man, you know what? Let's cut a check for some of their remaining, at least their immediate family. Let's just do a little something to help out. I mean, because when these people tell you, oh, it costs X amount of money to keep these places open, and these places been around forever, and they are making some money. Nobody's sitting here telling you have to sit here and take, $1 billion. Nobody's saying take money that you don't have, but you should be able to do something other than just say some things. There's a lot of ideas I have and things that I know would work and help a lot of people, but I don't get paid for giving out information like that. But it will all make great sense. Imagine this. I remember we saw a boxer who was famous at one point. People knew who he was. And I'm not even going to say his name. And I remember one day we saw him homeless on the street. Former world champion, he is laying homeless on the street. And people was taking pictures of him. You take pictures they was taking pictures of him. Not with him, of him. So imagine when you sit and watch, some classic sports network shit, or you see some YouTube stuff and they're showing these great fights and how the fans are cheering and they had a packed house and they had a great fight and this person ended up broke. Now, does everybody manage their money properly? No. Does everybody get paid what they deserve? No. But, people need to learn how to use their brains, and people who really care will make things like this happen. It's no different than these record producers these companies that own your catalog as an artist. Every time those songs get played, they get paid, not you, but it's your work. So whatever money you made, or whatever money that you may still be able to make, if there's a demand for your name to go and tour and do shows, you're living off of that. But they're living way better than you off of your material. And we all know that there's been plenty of times where an artist has come to a certain producer, or they're part of a label where that motherfucker didn't produce that track or those 3 or 4 hits on your record. No. He slapped his name on the back of your record, but he didn't produce anything. Or at least those are your main records. But he's getting the royalties, not you. I think every artist should get their royalties back. Every artist. Somebody else is living great off of you, off of your work. What about when you die and your family is still here? Your families don't get any of this money. Because contracts and things like that are not designed to help people in general. It's designed to help the people that's making money off of you already. So, just saying, y'all. And I'm saying this because I'm like, look at how long Joe Fraizer has been dead. but now they are putting his statue up. Now, not saying that Rocky, Sylvester Stallone shouldn't have a statue there because his movies had a big impact. A lot of people love his movies. And so, he himself is from Hell's Kitchen, New York, not from Philadelphia. Joe Fraizer is from Beaufort, South Carolina, so he's also not from Philadelphia. But, him moving there and them representing Philadelphia, and that's where they got their names from. Their stardom and everything from being out in Philly. So they get honored out there. And, because of his movies and the success of them and all that and the impact, yeah. So not saying he shouldn't, but I'm saying Joe Fraizer, as a real fighter, should definitely have a statue there. So now that he has it, it's not like he's here to enjoy it. I don't know who of his family members, like Marvis Fraizer, who I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're aware. There was no interviews with them, no talking about it. I don't know. So again, something can be done in your likeness, but what's the purpose of it? Are you doing this? Muhammad Ali should have a statue wherever the fuck he's from, or somewhere monumental. He should have a statue. There's a lot of people, because when people go and they visit places and they read about somebody, what they did, what they contributed, it's sad that a lot of people don't, especially youth, don't like to go to museums and libraries and learn shit. Everything now is about fucking social media and just arguing about stuff. But, it's just too bad Joe's not here to see it. Sylvester Stallone was here to see what they did for him. And he's not an actual fighter. But I'm not going to say his statue don't have significance, because it does. But an actual real fighter, and that's the thing, they don't have him as Sylvester Stallone in a suit and tie, or no, they have him as a Rocky character, as a fighter. He wasn't a fighter. Okay, not mad at that, but saying definitely Joe Fraizer should have had a statue a long time ago, a whole long time ago, and hopefully this can somehow help out family members of Joe Fraizer's or something. Just saying, y'all. Just think about, put yourselves in these shoes, any one of you. You've contributed to something. You've did it as an occupation, but it was also considered entertainment to people, right? Your sons and daughters are alive, but your sons and daughters are like in their 60s and 70s now. Think about it. You've passed on a long time ago. You're not there to see it. Whatever it is, they make something of your likeness. They do something and name it after you. And then look. Right? Look at how these guys tried to come in and overturn the Muhammad Ali Act. You understand what I'm saying? People don't know the significance of your name, of your contribution. But in terms of just bragging rights, and just shooting the shit, talking about a bunch of nothing, that's pretty much what the majority of people are into. So they have something in your likeness that gets crowds of people to come and visit and pay attention and learn about you. And whatever money that people make, like, you can have one of the biggest exhibits there, right? There's things that people can do. In fact, that saying that JFK, that question he asked, well, that's rather just the quote of, it's not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. People, but when you really think about it, what is a country? A country can still exist without people, but it can just be deserted, abandoned, nobody's there. You go to work every day and bust your ass at whatever it is you do. And if you work for low wages, you still got to bust your ass for those low wages. People will make fun of you. If you make good wages, decent wages, same thing. People that make more make fun of them. And people don't feel validated. They don't feel like they're worth anything unless they have a lot to brag about. Unless they're attending things that rich people, provide, or people that just have really big money. So however they get there, whether they take their income tax check, these are things that people do. Anything. And they'll show up just to say, I was there. I can say that night, I saw this, I saw that. Okay, then what? And this is how people feel. So what ends up happening is you go to your grave, you don't leave anything for your kids, right? Most people don't write a will. Because a will is mostly written when somebody know they're dying. What happens when people become brain dead and stuff like that, right? Most people don't write a will. And whatever you had goes right back to Uncle Sam. What do you get? What do your families get? You're gone. Right? So you need to think about, people really should think about stuff like this, because Joe's not here to see it. They can create something right now in Muhammad Ali's image, his likeness, and what he stood for, and anything. Let me give you an example of something, right? Let's say right now I owned a wax museum. And let's say in this wax museum, or like they have those moving theaters. You know what that is? Like those rides you get in and you're like shooting or doing something. You got the 3D thing going, right? Now, let's just say, for example, I owned a successful business like that. Let's just say I had example, Mike Tyson, that betting video game that they have of him. Now, it's not designed for you to win, but how long you can last, right? Now, let's just say that game alone, people come in there all year long, and let's just say within a year's time. Now we have this fucking billion dollar, fucking casino and resort and all that, right? And let's say we like, damn, off of that Mike Tyson game alone, just off of that game alone, man, we didn't had, 8.5 million people. I mean, $8.5 million just from that game alone in 1 year's time. Because you got, the broke ones coming in here. You got the blue class. You got the rich. You going to tell me you can't say, hey, man, in honor of Mike Tyson. Because if it wasn't for his career, you wouldn't even have a game. Let's when we talk about 1 year. Let's just say you talk to Mike, how you doing? You good? Right, but let's just say they like, hey, fuck it. You know what, Mike? They feel like doing something. They cut a check. Hey, man, this is 1.5 million. Let's say 3, 4, 5 years go by, and you done made $40 million off of that one game. Because you got people that got nothing better to do with their money. I'm just giving numbers. You're gonna tell me you can't, same thing. You can't, hey, you know what, man? Hey, Mike, man, we got a check for you for $5 million. What you got to lose? What do you have to lose? And even on a smaller scale, hey, man, listen, we have things of your likeness here. We make a lot of money all year long. Hey, man, it's not $1 million, but we're cutting a $10,000 check for your family or whoever, stuff like that. What if that person is passed on and gone? Well, you go on like the Family Feud. That's what you get, like $10,000 or whatever, stuff like that, right? Okay, then. Then I did that. You're not winning millions of dollars on that show, but when then people win 10,000, what are they jumping up and okay? And you mean to tell me you can't cut a check? You can't. This is what I'm saying about people helping. You're told give back. I know people who are not celebrities, people that went to school, people that you went out and did what you did. You talk about I gotta give back what you spent your entire life working. Now that you retired, your asses is out here working voluntarily for free. And you know who you're neglecting? Husband, wife, sons, daughters, family time. Bonding. Quality time. Because you're out giving back what? Because I guarantee you when you get sick and you end up in the hospital, no hospital is going to say, don't worry about insurance. Don't worry about none of that. This person has given back. Whatever the cost, whatever happens, it's on us. Give. So, yeah, you're not here to even see what they did for you. You understand what I mean? Or did in your honor, should I say. If I got kids, man, make sure my sons and daughters are okay. Oh, but your sons and daughters are filthy rich. Yeah, motherfucker, so are you, so what? If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to do that. Same thing. Just saying. So, Smoking Joe has now finally got something in his likeness, a real fighter. You know, and I could say it was long overdue. And there's plenty of other people that we can look at that they could do certain things for, you know, because of their contributions and how people, I mean, hell, look at Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson just last year alone, they said he was the highest grossing entertainer in the world. And the man is dead. This is exactly what I'm saying. And I think it was like $130 million or something. A dead man. He doesn't have family. You mean tell me there's no Jacksons? Hey, listen, we made a ton of money, off your dad, blah blah blah, this and that. His saying, hey, we just want to. You understand what I'm saying? Simple. Because you could have a statue and be homeless. You could have a statue up and everybody's doing whatever and something in your likeness, or ride out and fucking some amusement park somewhere, but your family's not seeing anything. And who in life can't use more money? I mean, hell, the greediest people in the world are rich people. So, anyways, I guess it's a nice gesture for Joe, in his likeness. But for me, it's more than putting the fucking statue up. People talk about legacy all the time, and I was like, man, I don't give a fuck about no legacy. My legacy is my kids, my family, the people I love. I didn't bring my sons into this world to say, hey, I want you to go out there and show off to the world. No. I love them more than anything in this world. So everything I do for them is for them. But, legacy. Like Mike Tyson said, I agree. You're dead, you're fucking dead. Fuck the legacy mean. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, those are closest to you. People always ask you what you want people to remember, but man, I can't control what people remember about me or what they think about me. I can give a shit. But those who I love, they know I love them. People that love me, I know that they love me. And then my time is gone and I pass on. The same people asking those questions gonna have their day where they pass on. Who's gonna fucking remember that you even ask someone that question? You understand what I mean? So people can always watch YouTube or whatever network still play sports or movies or certain things or whatever. And you know what they can do? Still make money off of you while you're dead, while your family gets nothing. Just saying, y'all. I do feel like this is something that was long overdue, but at the same time, who's reaping the benefits from it? That's what I look at. Not to make it a negative thing of what they did, but real is real, man. What would you rather have? A statue of your likeness up and everybody can come and read, when you were born, when you died, what your record was, what you did, but you got a family. You got family members that they're okay. Financially, they're just making it or not doing so good, but they don't get anything. Nobody's helping them. And everybody's not smart business-wise. Some people that get money and just blow it all. Like, well, so be it. But I'm just saying, there are things that can be done and more regularly. These rich-ass companies are not losing anything. And the fact of the matter is, it's because of your likeness that's helping them reap money. And you think that they would go through all that building these things? You know how much it costs to make these things and then have them moved? Oh, a lot of money. So you better believe these people have far more money than you do. And even for the fact that people don't think the way I'm thinking, to just, they're happy with a statue. Imagine you being homeless, laying on the sidewalk looking at your statue with all the memories of all the great fights you had, but you have nothing. Imagine they see you, hey, champion, step over, and you just walk up in the building. Yeah, just saying. So, anyway, it is what it is. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. And that's all I got. Sylvester and Joe Fraizer are both icons in what they've done. Sylvester Stallone at the movies, and of course it's the Rocky series that got that statue. Joe, an actual real fighter. It's his boxing career that got that statue. And, they both just happen to be in Philadelphia. And hey, you know what? I'll say that they were both earned, deserved, you can say. And it is what it is. At the end of the day, I said what I said.